说中文。
Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese.
Hello there, welcome once again to Chinese Pod, coming to you from Shanghai, China, bringing you a newbie lesson in spoken Mandarin. My name is Ken Carroll.
And I'm Jenny.
And Jenny, would you be so kind as to tell us, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about watermelon.
Watermelon. Great.
And very sweet.
Sweet watermelon. Excellent. No better kind of watermelon. Now, would you tell us how to say watermelon in Chinese, please?
My pleasure. 西瓜,西瓜.
西瓜. Now, that sounds like two first tones.
Yes, indeed.
That's how two first tones sound together. So again, please, Jenny.
西瓜,西瓜.
西瓜. There you go. That's watermelon. Now, you're going to hear this and we'll explain it in a lot more detail in a few minutes. Let's have the dialogue 3 times, please, and then we'll come back and we'll break it down for you.
Dialogue first time.
西瓜甜吗？
甜，
真的吗？
你吃吃看。
Second time.
西瓜甜吗？
甜，
真的吗？
你吃吃看。
Third time.
西瓜甜吗？
甜，
真的吗？
你吃吃看。
All right, well,
Let's translate.
let's translate indeed.
西瓜甜吗?
Is this watermelon sweet?
西瓜甜吗?
Is this watermelon sweet?
西瓜甜吗? 甜
Yes, it's sweet.
甜
Yes, it's sweet.
甜真的吗?
Really?
真的吗?
Really?
真的吗? 你吃吃看
You try some.
你吃吃看
You try a taste.
你吃吃看
Okay, now again, you're probably putting together the context here. So you're on the street, presumably, or something, or maybe at a market, and
Yes.
you are asking about the watermelon. You want to know if
Yes.
it's sweet, that kind of thing. Now, I think this is another great example of how efficient Chinese can be with its one-word questions and answers and stuff like that. Very brief. It's really efficient at times. And there are good examples here. Let's take it from the top, please, Jenny.
西瓜甜吗?
Now, again, the first word we had here was,
西瓜
now you may remember that means a watermelon.
Yes.
Now, just for the record, she actually means
West.
west.
Yeah.
So it means like western melon kind of thing for some reason.
Is it from the west?
Maybe
Watermelon?
either from the west of China. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's what I think.
Could be, yeah. Maybe Xinjiang region or somewhere originally. Who knows? Anyway, that's what it's called. It's called the western melon. Now, and the adjective for sweet is
甜甜
tian, second tone.
Yes, that's right.
Tian. And the particle at the end forms a question. That particle is...
吗 吗
Great. So that's how you put it together. Literally translated, it is watermelon sweet and the
Question mark?
particle. So let's hear it again, please, Jenny.
西瓜甜吗? 西瓜甜吗?
Great. Now, very simple, right? Just
Yes.
very, very simple. 西瓜甜吗? Now, of course, you could substitute anything for 西瓜, anything that might be sweet, that
Yes.
is. And that construction will work equally well. Now, we've had in the response here, we've had it before here that quite often the response to a question in Chinese is often based on the forms or the verbs or even the adjectives in the
Yes.
question. So we have an example of that here. And so the response came
甜甜
tian, meaning sweet.
Yeah.
Now there's again what I call the telegraphic thing. You know, in English, is that watermelon sweet? You say yes, it is.
Yes.
These three words, or it's yes, it's sweet, and so on. But in Chinese, it's perfectly okay to just say
甜甜
good. How efficient is that?
Welcome back to another installment of Chinese Pod Trivia. And the question for you is, for what test does Chinese Pod offer preparation services for? Is it A, the polygraph, B, the colonoscopy, C, the HSK test, or D, the CAT scan?
The CAT scan?
Ooh, sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, the HSK test. That's right, Chinese Pod will thoroughly prepare you to pass this rigorous test of proficiency in Chinese. ChinesePod.com/HSK.
Now, and if you want to double check, you've always kind of got to be in negotiation mode at these markets, right? Because
You have to be on guard all the time.
yeah. So if the guy says tian, he's not going to say, no, my stuff isn't sweet at all. I mean, this is
Actually, I've met very honest
Have you?
vendors like that, and they say, oh, not really.
really?
And then they try to sell you something more expensive.
You see, that's a trick. Well, the other thing is, I mean, to be fair, if the guy says tian and you try and it's not tian at all, you have to admit, I mean, tian is a sort of a relative term.
Yes.
My tian may not be your tian.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So that's how they defend themselves. But I think that's rare that they would say, no, my stuff isn't sweet. They're always going to say,
甜甜
there you go. Now, but you want to check. So you say, are you sure about that? Is that for real? Are you certain? You'd say,
真的吗？真的吗？
真的吗? Now, this is a really high frequency, really useful
Yeah,
phrase.
people are suspicious. I mean,
Yeah. Or even
you want to double check on it?
yeah, I mean, in this context, it's slightly suspicious, but not overly suspicious, I
Yeah.
guess. It's just, 真的吗? Are you sure? Now, this could be used again in many, many, many contexts. It's not necessarily by
That you're
definition.
doubting,
No,
yeah,
absolutely. In fact, somebody, I don't know.
I think it's a conversation filler.
Yeah, it's 真的吗? Is that for sure? Really? It's the equivalent of saying really in English, right? Okay. So let's hear it again, please, that phrase, Jenny.
真的吗？真的吗？
真的吗? Now, I think, again, just try to get the sound of it and try to remember the poetry of it. And remember that it can be used in any situation where you want to ask the question, really? Or is that really the case? And so on. Now, the last sentence here in the dialogue was,
你吃吃看，你吃吃看，
now, the verb to eat is
吃吃
吃, right? And the verb to see is
看看。
now, the verb to see is used kind of metaphorically in Chinese as it is with English.
Yes.
You'd say, see for yourself. You're not actually seeing it because you can't tell by looking at a fruit. If it's, But in the same way, Chinese uses that same kind of approach.
Yeah.
Now, so if you want to say, taste it and see for yourself, you say,
吃吃看，吃吃看。
so literally translated, that would be eat, see.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, and that's the construction. You repeat the first verb.
Exactly.
吃吃看
Right.
plus 看。
So there's how you remember to say eat, see.
Yes.
吃吃看. Take a look for yourself. Try
Yeah.
it for you. And of course, the pronoun you, second person singular, is
你你
great. So let's put it all together again, and you get
你吃吃看，你吃吃看。
great. So literally, it would be you eat, see.
Yes. How sweet is
It
that?
does sound funny. It's nice. So again, the person at the market is offering you the chance to test it, to try it, and to
Yes.
吃吃看 for yourself. Okay, good. Now, I do think we could listen to that 3 more times, right?
Dialogue first time.
西瓜甜吗？
甜，
真的吗？
你吃吃看，
Second time.
西瓜甜吗？
甜，
真的吗？
你吃吃看，
Third time.
西瓜甜吗？
甜，
真的吗？
你吃吃看，
Okay, now good stuff here. Let's just run through some of the key stuff, if you don't mind, please, Jenny. The word for watermelon is.
西瓜，西瓜，
The word for sweet is.
甜，甜，
When you want to ask someone, is that true? You say, really?
真的吗？真的吗？
And try some for yourself. Taste it for yourself is.
吃吃看，吃吃看。
There you go. We will, of course, be back again tomorrow with more of this.
Yes.
And, of course, in the meantime, you should go to ChinesePod.com and explore this language through the dialogues, transcripts, the exercises, the expansions, the discussions, and all of those things. This learning is always a sort of it's not a one-dimensional thing.
It's
right?
a blending.
It's a blending process. So the more dimensions, as in visual, textual, thinking, and putting it together, the more it sticks with you.
And I can't wait to see the visual for this lesson.
Yes, indeed.
Watermelons.
Should be interesting. But now, Jenny, it really does look like it's time for us to say
再见。
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number
0550.
So just go to www.chinesepod.com/0550 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/0550.